Hello, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through how I made this birthday cookie cake. So let's get started. To start out, I'm taking a tin and I'm just taking the bottom of that tin out. It's one of the lift up tins. So I'm just taking the bottom out and tracing the circle of the tin. Heads up, Bugsy's feeling very noisy today, so if you hear any sounds or barking, that's him. I've tried my best to cut out as much of it as I can, but can only do what you could do. I'm tracing that 3 times because I'm going to be making 3 large cookies. So once I've traced that, I'm just cutting them out. I'm grabbing a large bowl and my scales. Now I'm weighing 170 grams of butter, room temperature. 165 grams of brown sugar and 50 grams of normal sugar. So I'm going to mix that all together with my electric hand mixer until light and fluffy in texture. I'm now adding an egg and some vanilla extract and then mixing that all in. So a small bowl, put that aside just now. So I need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Two teaspoons of corn flour and 1 teaspoon of carbonate soda. Mix that together. Now I'm gonna bring down my big bowl again. Oh, there it is. And a sieve. I'm going to add all my dry ingredients to the sieve and sieve it in. Let's just make sure there's no lumps through the mixture and the baking powder mixes through properly, or you get this like weird, like it doesn't raise. Alright, let's mix that together. Change these beaters because it's meant to be different ones. So once I added the flour, I was supposed to use these. So silly of me. Oh well, now I know. Flour back down. Right, so I'm going to add 100 grams of milk chocolate chips and 200 grams of fudge chunks. So, put them in there. Fold that all in. I might even use the dough mixer just to get that through because there we are, perfect. Now then I'm going to grease my tin with some oil. Just going to dip my little brush into there and grease it. it's going to come, so I'm just going to piece everything. Now then, I want to get all of the cookie mix into here and just flatten it down. That's there. There's the spatula. Just going to pour that all in. To preheat my oven to 180 degrees. And put popper in the oven. Set timer for 20 minutes. So I'm going to add some water to this pan and add this bowl and put it on the hob. And I'm going to add 280 grams of terrace chocolate on top. So I've placed some water in my pan and then I've put my glass bowl on top of there and I have lit the hob. Now I'm adding my cherries chocolate orange. I'm mixing that often until completely melted. Now that that's completely melted, I'm just setting it to a side with a cloth on the top, just until it cools down slightly. Now I'm taking 180 grams of terrace chocolate orange and I'm going to chop that up. Right, so we're adding 110 grams of brown sugar. Now 50 grams of sugar. Ooh. Right, now I'm going to add 1 egg and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And now I'm going to mix again. So now, in this little bowl, I'm going to add 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Half a cup of cocoa powder. One teaspoon of baking powder. Bicarbonate soda that was, sorry. Right, so now I'm going to pull this big one back over. To this side just now. Get my sieve. And I'll put my dry ingredients in there. Now I'm going to shake it in. Right, put the dough beaters in and give it a mix. Right, now I need to add my milk chocolate. It's cool now. going to add my chocolate orange and some little milk chocolate chips. Oopsies. How much was that? About 50 grams? Yeah. That's that one. Right, this is just warm, but it's still all popcorn in there. Give it a new piece. I'm just going to press that all in. And pop it in the oven. Oven's still set to 190 degrees. That's going to go in there for half an hour. Last cookie in a large bowl. I'm grabbing 175 grams of salted butter. Brown sugar, so I'm just going to whisk that while that's mixed and creamy. I'm going to add the egg and vanilla. I'm going to mix it. Now, in a small bowl, I need half a cup of all-purpose flour, and 1 box of rainbow chip pancake. Right, so now I'm going to put that in my big bowl. Give her sieve there, and I'm going to add the mix. Sieve her in. Right, now that's all sieved through, I'm just going to add the confetti in there. I'm going to fold that through. Like that too. Now I'm going to mix that in using my dough beaters. Now that that dough's all mixed together, I'm going to add 100 grams of milk chocolate chunks. 100 grams of white chocolate chunks, 3 teaspoons of sprinkles, I'm going to mix that all in again. So I have cleaned and re-lined and greased my tin. So now I'm going to add the last cake mix into there. Pat that down with my hands now. top in the oven, 180 degrees, same as the rest of them, for, I'm going to stick with 30 minutes because that's been the best turnout for them. That's how long I've had to leave them in for. I've left all of my cakes in the tin for 10 minutes and then I've taken them out with this on here like that. And you flip the cake. I've already taken it out, I just wanted to quickly show you how I've done it. Flip like that. Now we can get this off. That can get washed. Chocolate. Now I'm just going to whack that back onto the plate here. One plate there. Same again, just flip it over. So all my cakes have been left to cool like that. I'll see you in the morning when I'm ready to do the rest. Right, so we're going to prep the buttercream. So I've got a medium-sized bowl here. I'm going to pop that onto my scale. Here she is. Set the scale to 0 on grams. Now I'm going to need 340 grams of salted butter, preferably room temperature so it's easy enough to cream. Get me a knife. Right, so I've got some butter here. I'm just going to keep adding her to have everything that is in there. Right, 340 grams of butter. Right, so in this small bowl I'm going to add 4 cups of powdered sugar, icing sugar, whatever you want to call it. Right, so I'm going to cream my butter now. Got my electric whisk here. I'm going to cream this and then I'm going to gradually add my icing. Right, so that's nice and creamy. So now I'm going to start adding, oh I might fill that actually. It's very lumpy. Now I've got a little sieve here. Just going to scoop up some of that powdered sugar and dust it in there. So now I'm adding the rest of my powdered sugar, about a cup worth, and I'm going to mix that all in, and then we can add the caramel. Right, so that's about 3 cups of powdered sugar in there, so now I'm going to add some vanilla extract. I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons, so there's 1 and I want 1 tablespoon of milk. And we're going to mix that. Now that that's all mixed, I'm going to add 100 grams of my caramel sauce. I've got that video already on YouTube, so I'll link that in the description. And I'm going to give that a little mix off camera. Now that that's all mixed together and ready, I'm just going to get my piping bag and fold that onto a cup so that it's ready for my icing to be put inside. Now I'm adding my icing to my piping bag, just putting that in, pressing it down and then pulling the bag up as I add some more. Now I'm just giving that a squeeze at the top and squeezing all of the icing down, and now we're ready to start piping. So I'm just putting the icing all over that top base because we're going to have that nice layer in the middle for the cookie to then go on top. So I'm just going to fill that piping bag up again with some more icing and then we'll continue. And now I'm applying the chocolate orange cookie on top. Just giving that a firm press down, making sure it's nice and flat. And then we're going to ice on top of that. And now I'm putting our party cake cookie on the top. So same again, press it nice and firmly down, make sure it's nice and straight. And now I'm putting the remaining icing into a separate bowl and I'm adding some blue and red food colouring. Now these are just little gel ones. So I'm just mixing that all in until I get the colour that I desire. So I cleaned and dried my piping bag off camera, so now I'm just putting that into the cup again and now adding my blue icing into that. So we're all going to get a laugh here because my icing started melting. So it didn't go to planned at all, it's just like melting. And this had already taken me ages, so at this point I was just slapping it on, I really couldn't care less. And here we have it, guys. My birthday cookie cake. I mean, it looks totally fine until you look at that icing on the top. I probably should have just spreaded it out, but oh well, there it is. It's beautiful. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe or leave a comment. I'll be more than happy to reply. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!